obviously huge. Manitoba still with a match to play, but not messing around. We are getting right into this one, and here we go. Manitoba Mallards, Atlanta Dazed, Silver Mixed. There's going to be Atlanta on the time for the moment, but reverse, just going to try to get out and get these kills. You're already seeing Manitoba trying to flip these spawns for next in the Cantina Hill, and we'll see if they can do it. But right now, Atlanta doing a good job of finding the kills. Reckless with a kill on 2 point, though, and a little nice back and forth to start this one.
Yeah, I would compare this P1 of this map to, Bow Cage P1
Yeah.
in Vanguard. It's just one of those hills that you fight for. A lot of P1s go like that, where it's just scrappy all over the place, doesn't really focus on the time. But those P2 spawns can be oh so powerful, and we got a player in the top bunk and the bottom bunk right now of that green building. So it's going to be interesting to see who can come out on top there in that battle.
There's going to be one more player for Atlanta, but he's got a lot of work to do as his teammates on the other side of the map. That's going to be Guapo. He's taken down. So Manitoba will have the rotation over here for this P2. Atlanta Dazed, though, pushing the pace and actually going to be able to get on in. Not able to find the kills, though. And then Krim, does find the time. Did get that kill there. And now it is going to be Atlanta spawning in this back yellow alley, trying to get back into this point. But Manitoba doing a pretty good job here off this opening rip. We know how these two, house hills can go down. They are definitely big money hills, really hard to break in. It feels like every lane you take, there's an AR looking down it. We'll see as player number 3 and Reckless also finding some kills in mid, so maybe able to flip these for next. This would be a huge swing here for Manitoba to start it, as they've had a nice start so far.
Yeah, and a big play out of Reckless to sneak his way through that middle of the map, get a straight line toward that tin hill. And now Manitoba, no doubt about it, they have the rotations. They just have to fight off the push. We got Reckless and Action here, and Lazy trying to hold down the point right now. Reverse gets taken down. Now the battle goes toward this P3, and Manitoba, off the back of a very solid P2, are ready to accrue even more time here on the P3. And Lazy's on a 9 streak right now.
Yeah, you're seeing dominance right now on this hard point for Manitoba. Not surprising. They actually have not dropped a respawn this season. And Action with 3 in the feed, just continuing to fry out here for Manitoba, as they have gotten a sizable lead after the first 3 hills. And again, winning the rotation over the next. Already 2 players over there. Atlanta's just kind of in the mixture right now. They're just kind of going through the motions, have not been able to get a rotation in, have not been able to get a break in. This has not been going well for them. Finally, Vance will get the kill. Maybe gets the last few seconds. No, he's going to get taken down. And if you're Atlanta, you got to win a rotation here at some point. Manitoba does win it again, but Reverse finding that opening kill could be huge. It's going to open the map up for his team. They get close spawns. Now there's one more player in the back, and Reborn trying to make a play. Does find one. You got to account for him as a missile is going to come in. Reborn trying to find this kill on the point and does not get it. He does get taken down. Back and forth on this hill. Manitoba do find a way to get in, though. Atlanta, just another hill going by the wayside.
Yeah, and Atlanta Dazed had an all right setup, but they allowed that one player in the back, pretty sure it was Reborn, to just kind of open things up for Manitoba right there on his own. So even though Atlanta had, a solid rotation and at the end of things for this P4, it didn't really go in their favor, as Manitoba was able to keep it scrappy. They get this final scrap time. They got a good chunk of that middle time as well. And here they are ready for the tin hill again. The Manitoba Mallards are just amazing on the rotations. And I think it's coming off the back of Atlanta Dazed. They're starting to panic. They're saying, hey, we need this scrap time. And they're starting to neglect those rotations when, in the grand scheme of things, it's probably better to do the opposite.
I agree completely. Like, you've seen the last 2 hills with 20 seconds left. They're trying to chow old, because you're seeing that the lead right now is almost at 100, will be at over 100 in a second, and the panic is starting to creep in here for Atlanta. I mean, they just have not been able to get a foothold in this game, as Manitoba continuing to just shut down lanes. Reverse again with 2 in the feed. He is going to get traded out, but Atlanta not able to find a way in. I think, they're going to get some time here, and now you're already seeing maybe the commitment over to that next point. You got to really lock something in here. And another hill on the house hard point could be the way to do it. Now, again, Atlanta collecting some of the rest of this time, but you're seeing, again, Manitoba winning the rotation for now. They are spawning in that back taco area, though. So if Atlanta can find this kill on the point, Reckless finding the kill, though, I'm going to say it could be the opening, but Reckless doing a really good job of staying alive. He's going to get taken down, and finally,
Oh.
Atlanta Dazed 3 down in the feed. Is this their moment to get a big hill?
Yeah, they're at the top green area. This is a very dangerous hard point. You can get a lot of time here if you are the Atlanta Dazed, but you just gotta keep communicating, calling out these players, and Reckless is able to get a two-piece and bust right in.
Oh,
He gets a third as well. I mean, that was nice and smooth, Tej. What a break out of Reckless. And now, Atlanta's hopes and dreams crumble right before their very eyes.
yeah, I mean, they had basically everything they would have wanted there at this point in the match, but Reckless able to go right on in, and he finds another one. Oh, if he could have found that kill on the Crim, that would have been a highlight reel play. Now Action trying to collect the rest of the scrap time. It's going to be easy when that player just runs right away. Now Atlanta, again, they have the spawns right now for this next hill, but they got to lock something in here. They got back into this game just a little bit. Still almost a 100-point lead, though. And I mean, Manitoba at 173 only need a few more good hills, and this could be over. So Atlanta need a big hill here.
Yeah, and they're in a good spot to get it. You know, sadly, this hill is not maybe the easiest to get a full 60 on, but it's definitely possible. You got Reverse. He's the big player to stay alive right now. He knows the push is coming from this blue side of the map. He's not able to get any damage, but the kills are coming back and forth. But Reborn with a big two-piece to break things open fully. He does get taken down by Vance. So, you know, Atlanta Dazed staying alive. They've clawed their way back. They were down a lot of points. You know, still down, you know, almost a full 70 points right now. But, you know, it's looking brighter than it did a couple of hills ago. I will say that.
Reckless, again, making plays time and time again. You've seen him get 2, 3. It's 2 and 3 pieces just over and over again. Now, if you are Atlanta, you do have the spawns for P2, which I think is going to be your big hill to get back into this game. If you can get time there, it's going to be huge. But Manitoba finding the kills right now. Reckless trying to break right on into this P1 hill. Doing his thing. Finding one, finding two.
Oh!
Could not get the last bullet in. And he's going to get taken down. But that was scary there for Atlanta. Watch player number 4 on Lady trying to flip these spawns. Big gunfight here, and he takes down Reverse. That'll give the spawns to Manitoba for P3. Or P2, excuse me. They're on this P1 right now, and it's looking good for them.
It absolutely is. Manitoba getting that P1 time that, you know, it's only a bonus this P1 time. It's like if you can get good time on this P1, it's like, oh, well, that's convenient because we don't normally get this. But, you know, they have the P1 time. They're keeping Atlanta off it, and they have the rotations to know this is a game that could very well end within this next 60 seconds of this hard point. So, Atlanta Dazed really need to lock in here and try to break this next P2 very soon.
Yeah, this could be the hill right here to really put this one away. If you are Manitoba, got to find a way in. If again, if you're Atlanta here, down 100 points again, and Reckless continuing to fry. That's 3 in the feed. Lazy finds the 4th, and the writing looks to be on the wall. Reckless with the ego chow there, feeling himself a little bit, but Lazy will pick up the scraps, and Manitoba, I mean, just a dominant map 1 performance here. Now only 10 seconds away or so to getting this victory. Atlanta desperately trying to get in, and they will make a last-second break here, but Reborn, can he find the kills inside the point? No, he cannot. So not over yet, but Atlanta's got to play basically perfect hard point here, and then the kills are going in the way of Manitoba. Now the knife out for Reckless, a little salt in the wound. Maybe one more player left in Reverse to just stop this, to go to another hill. He does find the kill, so this will go over to P3, but that's where it'll end. Manitoba get the time and a dominant map 1 win.
I mean, the first half of that hard point was the story of Lazy. He started out, what, 10-0, maybe he 11 or 12-0. But then the second half, it was all Reckless. He was frying all over the place. We saw so many pop-off moments. We saw, you know, so many two-pieces that could have...
And we are loaded into this hotel search and destroy. Manitoba Mallards up 1-0 in the series. They have the bomb and are heading toward this A site. They get the attack first. Reborn getting some shots on the player at Couches. You're seeing Manitoba have the forward position here. Atlanta playing a little bit further back. Still have the angles though to look at that site. Reverse finding the first kill in Reckless, which if you've seen Reckless last map, you know that's a big kill. Now both teams in a little bit of a stalemate here.
Yeah, I mean, good first blood for the side of Atlanta Days, but now you just gotta stay patient. Sometimes we see defensive teams get antsy at times, trying to make a play when maybe they shouldn't. And I like what I'm seeing out of them here. They're just waiting for Manitoba to make a mistake, and it looks like Reborn might be the first to do so. He sees his gun, he sees his player model, and he takes him down. 4v2 situation, and Atlanta knows that the bomb is on that A site.
Yeah, bomb is down. You're saying like they're still kind of spread more toward the middle of the map, making sure nobody slips through. Action does take that bomb, and maybe gonna say maybe exactly what he does, but no, he is gonna get this bomb down on this A site. So now the retake has to come in here for Atlanta. Plenty of time to do so, and again up 4-2. So just got to make the smart plays here. So it's going to be a reverse, trying to pinch this back area, but you're seeing action. He knows these players are coming that way. Lazy finds one. Guapo with the kill on the action. Lazy last alive. He's going to get taken down. Nice retake there for Atlanta, and a nice sound defensive round for them.
Yeah, Atlanta looking stellar in this search and destroy so far. A very solid defensive round. And, Atlanta Days, they go up 1-0 in the search and destroy so far. And, it was a defense. Manitoba got kind of put in a tough spot, but I really liked what I saw to them so far. They took their time. They had a great setup. And, that first round one, they definitely earned that.
And I like what you said about defensively staying patient. Once you have info, you can get a little bit antsy and maybe a little bit over aggressive, but they stayed calm, stayed in their positions, and had the easy retake in the end. So I'd like to see that out of Atlanta. Again, trying to work their way back into the series after a tough map one. It looks like they're going to spread the map a little bit. Vance does find that first kill on the Reckless. So Reckless, the victim of first blood twice in a row there. Krim getting taken down by Reborn, though. So there's going to be a 4v2 advantage here for Atlanta, and this bomb making its way toward this B site. Lazy, though, with the laser on the Krim. Does find that kill, and now it's going to stop Atlanta for just a moment. So they slow it down, and we'll look to see what they do here. Again, still trying to work over to that B site.
Yeah, both players have grouped up over the B site, but Reverse and Co played safe in that connector area. They might want to wrap it out to A now, but it looks like they're not sure exactly where they want to go. They're not sure where action is. He pops Deddy. They're trying to make their way toward that B site. He might find a good timing here if he can get lucky, but he gets the bad timing, actually, and Reverse takes him down. Atlanta Days get another round on the board. Another great example of Atlanta Days playing patient and waiting for their time to strike. It worked perfectly for them.
Yeah, 2 for 2 on really good rounds from them. And if they can continue that here, maybe more of the same story that we've seen in the first series of the night, but Atlanta looking good so far. They will head back to the defensive side, and we'll see what Manitoba draws up here on the offense. Maybe, I don't know, maybe get a little bit aggressive toward A. I know that some of the angles were locked down, but Atlanta last round was kind of giving them the fast plan. I think that's what they're potentially going to try to do. Actually, Bomb Carry is going to get pretty aggressive here and reckless, and he does find the kill. So, interesting play. He's actually going to go top bedroom now. He does have the bomb, so eventually going to have to get this down. But I like the play out of Manitoba. You know that Atlanta is playing a little bit back. Get your subs and just rush at them. Be able to catch them off guard, at least this round, for a little bit. Reborn finds a kill as well. So now it is going to be Atlanta left in that 4v2. Looks like the bomb will go down here in just a second. Reborn, though. Maybe some timing here for Krim. I don't know if he spots that player on bomb. He doesn't. Now Nade coming in. 2 players over there. That's going to get interesting. They do not get taken down, though. Guapo less alive in a 1v4.
1v4 situation for Guapo. Reckless. He got that bomb down, and he found the first blood, so that was a W for him. Guapo is able to pick up one onto Reborn, but, this is all really a futile effort. It would be very difficult to win a 1v3 like that, but Manitoba is able to, inch their way toward an even score line here, making it 1-2 in the map so far. And they did on the offensive end as well. It's a W on the other side as well because, this is more of a traditional search and destroy map, I would say. I feel like defense can be pretty comfortable in winning these rounds most of the time.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And now Manitoba does get on the board to stop the Atlanta effort there. I mean, Atlanta looked really good in those first two rounds. Get caught there, but another chance to pick it up here as they go to the attacking side. We'll see what they elect to do. There's going to be three players over here from Manitoba toward this bedroom side, and it's going to be Atlanta playing this pretty slow here. You see the spread across the map. Action having eyes on that bomb here from top bedroom. Reckless with the first kill on the reverse and gets two as well. This is the Reckless we know. Can he find a third? I guess he did not spot that player. He's going to get shot at, but the help coming in here for a reborn. And just like that, Chrome left in a 1v4. Does find one, though, so now a 1v3. Can he find the kill? He will not. Taking down Manitoba. Back-to-back round wins.
And I mean, now we've seen the gameplay shift out of Manitoba and Co. We saw before Atlanta Dazed, they were able to play patient, wait for them to make a mistake, but Reckless now starting to bring the action toward Atlanta before they can even react to it, before they have time to like make a decision. And he's picking up a first blood, he's picking up a two-piece time to time, and it's really opening him up things for Manitoba. They're getting so much map control that there's nothing Atlanta Dazed can really do. They're going to have to react to that very soon.
Yeah, I think maybe just picking it up a little bit on the aggressive side. And it worked the first two rounds, but now it is getting countered here from Manitoba. As they take the last two, and already getting that bomb down is Reckless over to that A site. So similar situation to the first round in that there's going to have to be a full retake here from Atlanta. This time, though, in a 4v4 situation, Vance, does he see that gun right above him? This is a tricky situation. I think he knows he's up here. Reborn looking down that elevator shaft, but nothing. Now a couple kills going in the way of Manitoba. Make it a 3v2 situation for them. Now Guapo last alive. Finds a player on help desk. 1v2. Bomb obviously still down as well. Only 14 seconds left, and he's going to get taken out. Manitoba 3 in a row.
Yeah, Manitoba really, found their groove here in the search and destroy. It looked amazing for Atlanta Dazed in those first two rounds, but ever since Manitoba has been able to really find their groove here, like I said. So, Reckless and Co., the Manitoba Mallards in the driver's seat of this search and destroy now, and they go back onto the defensive end yet again.
Pretty interesting. Through 5 weeks, Atlanta's played this map 3 times for search and 2 for Manitoba. So both teams a lot of experience on this map, and I think you're seeing it from round to round as Atlanta's starting to make Manitoba made the adjustments to Atlanta, and now if you're on the side of Atlanta, you have to make the readjustment back. Interesting stun there, but it will work out. You're seeing the
Look at where Manitoba is on the map right now.
Yeah, the aggressiveness for Manitoba. I mean, they're pushing up the map. Vance does find the kill on the reborn though, but I mean, this is a interesting spread here for Manitoba. Now, getting taken down is action. Almost made that interesting. Guapo, though, finds him now at 4v2 here for Atlanta Dazed. Reckless, can he find this kill on the Guapo? He does. That's going to be bombed down. And the read there from Reckless. Great play. He does get taken down, though, and that's going to leave Lazy left in a 1v2.
Good situation for Atlanta Dazed, but Lazy could definitely find a W here if he's able to do it right. He gets the bomb planter, and that's a tough situation for Atlanta Dazed. Now reverse. He's got to get this bomb down and get the kill, but Lazy's already wrapped his way around, and he gets the headshot multiplier. Manitoba Mallards take another round on the board. 4-2 now for Manitoba.
And dead silence was still popped there as he got the reset off that bomb planter. So, I mean, he's able to get in the freezer and make the play there. And a big round there. I mean, Atlanta felt like they were in control through the first half of that. As you said, I mean, they got super aggressive through the middle of the map there. Didn't pay off, but they do win the round in the end. So now we have the all-important swing round here. 4-2 for the side of Manitoba. Back on offense is Manitoba, and looks like they're going to try a B hit.
And I like the play out of Manitoba, trying to switch things up, put Atlanta in a tough position, but Krim is hearing it all. He has his headphones on, but Reborn's able to take him down. Now that leaves Guapo all alone in this back B area, and Reckless opts to push him out. Now a 2v2 situation as Reverse is able to trade out Lazy. The bomb gets planted, unless Reverse has something to say about it. Don't think he does. They take their side of the map, and I like that. Now Reverse and Vance is going to have to make something happen here.
Nice read there from Reckless. And there's going to be Vance left in a 1v2. See if he can make anything out of it. Does find one in the back, though. He does find the kill on the Reborn. So now a 1v1 with Reckless. The man that's 9-4 and has been slaying out in this series. Just going to play it slow. 20 seconds on the clock. Vance makes his way in the kitchen, but can the timing work out here for Vance? Oh, he almost got it, but Reckless gets the kill, and Manitoba go up 5-2.
Yeah, and that's what they call the dagger round. I mean, 5-2 now. It's going to be very tough for Atlanta Dazed to make a comeback from this. I mean, it's always possible, but it's a very tough situation for Atlanta Dazed, especially after Manitoba have rattled off 5 straight rounds in a row. Atlanta, you're going to have to do almost the same. You're going to have to go 4 in a row if you want to take this game home.
And Atlanta back on the offensive side here. Do they have an answer? After running the first 2 rounds, Manitoba storming back, winning 5 straight rounds in a row. Looking to close it out here. Reckless with a sniper and Diner. I haven't seen this much, but he finds a kill on the Guapo, looking for the second. Is taken down, but Reborn finds one on the Vance. Already a 3v2 advantage here for Manitoba. Bomb down as well. You're seeing player number 1 in Reborn. I mean, he's on the pinch here. Maybe not expecting it if you're Atlanta, but you are boxed in the Diner right now, looking for a way out. Let's see if they can make something happen here. But, I mean, Manitoba pretty well set up here. Both players running through kitchen. Action! Oh, almost got the lineup. Does find one. Krim last alive, 1v2.
He gets the line of sight on him, and Lazy's able to take him out. Manitoba wins the round 8, win the map 6-2. They take home that Greenberg Hotel, and they go up 2-0 in the series.
Yeah, I mean, 6 straight rounds. Like, you're after the first 2 rounds, you're like, okay, Atlanta, like, in this map 3, again, just cleared up, series tied 1-1. Heading into this map 3, it is going to be Fortress Control. That is actually going to be a nice little start there from Atlanta on the tougher offensive side. Already getting some progress over to this A site, and this is a very positive start for Atlanta. Now 2 ticks.
Yeah, absolutely. They get those 2 ticks on the board, like you said. Ooh, Vance with a big 2-piece. I'm not sure he's going to be able to get the 3rd. He does not. But 2 ticks off the break is nothing to scoff at on this map. You know, they may be in a tough spawn trap now, but, you know, that's a great start. You get some progress done, and now, you know, you have so much time to work with to try to make your way out of here. You got a minute 06 to be exact. You're kind of in a tough spot, but if you can get this map control and work out of it, I think you can get that A point.
And look, this is the trouble, right? Like, this is why it's so hard offensively, but getting that 2 ticks early could be huge for Atlanta going forward. We'll see, but again, now you're seeing the clamps on for Manitoba as the spawn trap is in. Atlanta's got to find a way to break through this. Maybe trying to go through top maps here. Reborn getting aggressive and does get taken out. So is that the opening for Atlanta to get out? Lazy does find Guapo, though, and now finding another one as well. And Krim finding the kill on a Reckless. It's just, again, what lane can you take to get out of this? It is so hard to break. And Manitoba is just, I mean, just not allowing Atlanta to go anywhere. Only 16 seconds left in the round.
Yeah, I think, you know, Atlanta Dazed is failing to take the time to, you know, realistically, like, develop a push. They're just kind of running, trying to maybe, you know, get a couple kills randomly. But Vance is able to get on that point with 2.3 seconds left. Will he be able to stay alive long enough? I don't think he will. Reborn takes him down. Oh, and they can't jump on the point quick enough. Manitoba is able to get that round 1, go up 1-0 in the control. Atlanta Dazed on the other side, they get 2 ticks.
Yeah, look, if you're on Atlanta, yeah, I mean, that round, I guess, could have went better after a nice start, but you do get the 2 ticks. Now you just got to do your job defensively, and maybe you can, you know, again, if you push us to around 5, maybe look again that defense. By the way, Lazy starting off 10-0 on the side of Manitoba, so, I mean, can't get much better than that. He's got that that cruise missile in hand, and I like this play out of Manitoba. They're going to try to flood out toward this, maybe toward this B side first, or at least get some map control through mid. Try to find these kills and just wait for Atlanta. But Guapo and Reverse find 2 in the feed. Reckless finding one to Reverse. And again, just if you're Atlanta, just being able to potentially set up a trap. You just got to get a few down. But Manitoba doing a really good job of being nuisances in the bottom of art. This is actually going to open up the map for them as Reckless finds another one, and they're going to be on the B site.
Yeah, free route to the B site. Reckless gets that kill, sneaks in through that art side of the map, and now things are dangerous if you're Atlanta because there's 3 stacked on the point here. You got player 5 on the pinch. Reckless is here, but Krim with a big 2-piece to clear things up. Reborn still alive, though, so this isn't over just yet. He might be able to find that second tick onto B, and Tej. B's the harder point to get to.
Yeah, it is, and you're seeing that got Atlanta spawning basically on the A point, but they do find the kill, so that's going to be huge. You can clear that point over at B. Just cannot afford to give that up. And, I mean, again, now you're tied in ticks, but you got a little bit of a foothold on this. And now, if you're Atlanta, do you start trying to push up the map to try to get that spawn trap on? It is the thing to do here. Vance finding a kill, but getting quickly taken out. I mean, Manitoba is doing a good job of not allowing to, to get caught in that trap. But for the side of Atlanta, I think you got to just get a little bit more aggressive here. Now, maybe the chance to do so.
Yeah, if you're Atlanta, you can definitely try to put them in the trap right now. You got a lot of players in the right spots. That's a quick 4 down. And this might be a replication of the first round we saw if Atlanta can keep it this way. 2 ticks on the board for Manitoba, and we would be tied almost across the board here. 13 seconds left to go, and Krim is still in that top single, just reaping with that 7-kill streak on the board. He does get taken down, but similar to Manitoba, they have the 2 ticks to their name, and they have 1 cruise missile.
Yeah, and you can see the difference between offensive and defense there. Lazy 10-0 in the first round, 2-5 in the second. It is just so hard if you're on offense on this map. Atlanta doing a good job, but hey, Manitoba, you tie up the ticks. You do what you needed to do. Now, if you get a good, strong defensive hold here, maybe hold them to none or 1 ticks, you'll be set up going forward. But again, Manitoba has a chance now to really just put the vice grip on. Once you get a couple down and set up that trap, we'll see what Atlanta elects to do off the break here. I do like this play, kind of going out toward this B side first. It looks like they are going to split up their troops. Guapo trying to find these kills, but again, trying to just get some map control here and make it harder for the defense.
Yeah, Atlanta Dazed sneak their way over toward that B site, but you get taken down, stifled very quickly, and now you're in danger of getting put in that trap you were put last time around. Vance really needs to stay alive here, but his teammates really have nowhere to go right now. He's in this closed area, and the rest of Manitoba have already got into the spawn trap positioning.
Vance trying to be a nuisance, but he's going to get taken down, so your only hope to really put the pressure on the Manitoba gets taken down, and just like that, 4 down, and here we go. The spawn trap going to get set in. No ticks of progression so far for Atlanta. Now you're going to have to fight your way out of this. Doing actually a pretty good job, though, finding 2 in the feed. Now I got to stay alive here. Vance, though, going to get taken out by Reborn as he finds 2. And just like that, after a quick breakout, they're going to be put right back in the trap.
Yep, back in the trap yet again, and this is a tough situation for Atlanta because last time around they had those 2 ticks. This time they have no ticks to their name. If they want to match Manitoba next round, they're going to have to hold them to the same amount if they want that round 5 defense, and this map is a round 5 defense that I would say you want more than any other.
You definitely do. Guapo trying to make the play. Got to finish that kill. Does so. Not able to spot that last player, though. Vance, though, on point, does find 2. Is this the opening for Atlanta to try to get onto this point? Lazy, though. Does he get spotted here? He does. So there you go. It's going to be 1 tick progression over at A, and big kills there by Atlanta. Can lock the second tick in, and even if you can get a third here, would be huge for them going forward in this one. And they are able to lock the A point in. Just like that, it's locked in. And if you look at the lives as well, almost tied here, a minute on the clock, that can definitely come into play.
Yeah, they're in striking distance of winning this round, down 2 lives right now. It's not exactly where you'd want to be, but definitely not a bad spot by any means. You're still finding kills to your name. Reverse takes down Reckless trying to cross the map right there. And now you can try to flood toward that B site. Vance gets the quick push, finds his way onto that point. Might want to shoot that trophy, but, you just got to stay alive here. Vance knows there's one coming. Reckless takes him down. 7-6 now is the life count. Atlanta's in the lead.
They are, and pressure's on, Manitoba. Pressure is on. Ooh. Reverse takes down action. Now only 3 lives left here for Manitoba. They are spawning on that P1 side. This point is going. Trying to get some more time on here. Reverse taking the player down. Now a 5v2. Reckless finding one, finding two, taking down. Last alive here is Lazy in a 1v4. That point's going to go through, though. And
Oh,
Atlanta take an offensive round on Fortress Control. That doesn't happen very often, Jake.
that does not happen very often at all. They get all 6 ticks in that round, and they are looking fantastic here. Set up for that round 5 defense. They just got to make sure they shut down Manitoba for this round.
Yeah, I mean, just great plays out of them. I looked over to that A point where, they were caught in the trap, and then they sent 3 through gate. Looked like maybe kind of caught Atlanta Dazed just a little bit. Got the challenge onto the player, and we were able to stack that point and get in. And obviously, after that, they were able to just flood through maps and just really be nuisances. Now it is going to be Manitoba. It looks like Atlanta's playing a little bit more passive toward this A point. It might not pay off as now you have Manitoba trying to get up the map, trying to put some pressure on that B point. Now reverse with a big kill there. He's going to get taken down, though. Last player alive is Reckless over on this B zone. Big kill from Reckless again. And now Manitoba putting Atlanta in a tough spot.
Yeah, they got to focus this B point because, the A point, it can go, but B, so much harder to play defense for. They do get that kill onto Reckless, which was big. Reborn still on the point. Players still trying to reinforce. That's Action trying to push in through open. He's got the wall bangs out, and now there's still 2 more players here on that B point. The kill almost comes in. Krim, though, trying to play the savior role. Guapo is here with him, and he does end up taking him down. The flood keeps on coming from the Manitoba Mallards. They're just trying to push Atlanta Dazed back in their base, and they're draining their life count while they do so.
Yeah, that's the big thing here. Already 15 left is Reckless. Big kill there. That A point's going to go, and now you already have 2 segments over here on the B zone. 2 whole minutes on the clock. Only 12 lives left for Atlanta. This is not good for them. Guapo trying to play his life over to the zone. If you're Atlanta, you got to get some kind of structure here and quickly to get Manitoba off your heels as they kind of just are running at them at this point, and it's working out. But there you go. Now you have some semblance for the second. Just got to, a lot of work to do. Minute 48 on the clock, only 12 lives left.
And you're not in a very good spot to try to put them in a spawn trap because you're so turtled around this base right now. And if you chow out, something like that may happen. You might get caught off guard. Reckless picks up 1 as well. Now a 2v4 situation on the point. They're all flooding. They're all getting the kills. But Vance plays the savior role right now. Reborn up in that top rails area, but he's really the only one here along with his teammate Lazy. They're trying to make a push toward the backside of the map. And remember, they're still up 6 lives here, the Manitoba Mallards. He sees him close the door. He busts right through it. Is he able to get the kill? Lazy picks up 3 while we're saying that. And the 4 stack should be in. This is going to go so quick. The cap is there. And the game is tied, Tej.
That's huge, right? Like, they could have won on lives, but they still would have had offense for round 5. Now, tied on lives. It's going to come down to kills. I'm not sure. I think it will be Manitoba with defense round 5, but we will see here in a second. But just huge plays. The whole round, just keeping Atlanta on the back foot. And by that screen, it does, I'm thinking, mean that Manitoba is going to get defense for round 5, and they are. What a gut punch for Atlanta. Now they got to make something happen.
Yeah, and just like any control map on this game, a 4 down can mean so much. And with Lazy picking up 3 like that, it really turns the tide for the Manitoba Mallards into their favor. Now they're in a very comfortable position on the defensive end. They just got to play it like they have in the past, and they can take this map home. Still a cruise missile to Reckless's name. I'm not sure if Lazy has one as well, but Atlanta Dazed, they are doing a good job. They're trying to play sneaky here, and I kind of like that. That favors this map well currently.
Whole big gunfight in the middle of the map there as Reckless finds the kill on the Guapo. That's going to alleviate the pressure over to the B zone. Krim trying to take him down, but he does get that ticket progression over to the B, so that could be huge going forward. Obviously, you got to win this offensive round, but just getting something. Now you got to find your way out of this spawn once again. If you're Atlanta, you're kind of just sitting in mid-map trying to find where to go. Vance, does he see him on the gallows? He does not, but it is going to be another play from Atlanta over to this B zone. It is so hard to find these kills on that back statue, and it's going to be backstage, excuse me. Reborn finding 2 with the nade. Last alive is reverse, just trying to play his life over toward this point. But now, if you're Atlanta, I think you got to set your sights toward A just to stop the clock for now.
Yeah, absolutely. They've kind of been neglecting this A point. It's like they felt like they had the A point capped, but it's so safe to go toward that A point currently because you're not in that trap. You can get this point if you play it right, but now Manitoba starting to swarm. Reverse is able to pick up one, leaves his teammate, tries to get his overwatch. There's one more player pushing though. It's Reborn. He
Oh,
gets taken down. The last one pushing is Lazy. Not sure if he'll be able to get the kill. He does not. So now Atlanta Days might be able to get this cap and buy themselves some time here in this round.
what a huge play from reverse. Buying time just for his teammate to get back towards that zone to help him on A, and they both stay alive. So they're able to lock in the A zone. They got a
Oh,
minute
they
and
did.
20
Oh,
on the
never mind.
clock. Yeah, they got it. They
I
got it.
thought
They
they
had that tick
didn't.
over to B. So now it is going to be a live advantage of 4 for Manitoba, but they are stuck. They are stuck here in this spawn trap, and this could be the dagger as they continue to get these kills. It was Atlanta getting that A point, but it just might not matter. Manitoba is running through them in this spawn. Only 6 lives left for for Atlanta. Excuse me. They gotta find kills. They're not reborn on the 7, and that should just about do it. You would imagine. I mean, Atlanta, if they can make a miracle play over to this B zone, it would be one that would be talked about for a long time, but only a few players left now. A 12v2 situation. Vance left alone, and Manitoba fight back and win the control.
Manitoba with the clutch offensive ice in the round 4 closes out the defense in the round 5, in dominant fashion there at the end. I mean, it was 17-7 lives right there, and then at a blink of an eye, it was 3-14. I mean, they really put the pedal.
Dazed. And here we go. Fortress Hardpoint.
Fortress Hardpoint here. We got Atlanta Dazed on the good side. They're sprinting toward that P1 point. They got a lot of players in here, but they're neglecting that bottom art side area of the map. Reckless is able to pick up one. The trade does come in. Reborn and Lazy are going to be able to push that out and find the break there. So, the spawn's already starting to flip for the Manitoba Mallards. So they're playing this great. I mean, they're back and forth right now as Manitoba gets this time. But, if you're Manitoba, very similar to P1s on other maps, this is bonus
Oh
time.
my god.
But the main goal is to get those P2 spawns.
Reborn playing Ring Around the Rosie and just wins it. And just making it difficult. He will give his team the spawns here for next, or he should at least. Because it is going to be Atlanta now spawning back in that P3 area. So yeah, they will have spawns for next. And just great plays from Reborn. Like, he was literally getting chased there for like 10 to 15 seconds. Stays alive, finds 2, and sets his team up nicely here. It's going to have to be Atlanta trying to push to the front. But now we'll see if Manitoba recognizes this. They had one player spawn out toward mid. So we'll see if they recognize the spawn over toward the P1 side.
Will they recognize it? They do get the break. The P5 spawns are in, but player 8 does spawn out toward the back. Not sure he's going to read it, but he is able to spot Lazy. But the push is coming from the front as well. This is very dangerous for the Atlanta Days. You could see Reverse didn't know exactly where to look, but Krim is holding it down. He sees Lazy in the back. Lazy playing that back stairs heady so well, and Manitoba have the rotation to new. Atlanta Days are going to have to sneak their way through this tough situation they're in right now.
Yeah, it's a tough spot there if you're Atlanta. Just have Lazy kind of get a random spawn in the back and able to pinch that with his teammates from front. And now you have the rotation over to next. If you're Atlanta, you're going to have to kind of funnel through this bottom side of the map, which is not easy for sure. Maybe try to get up the maps here and make a play, but Reckless sitting at 9-3, just doing what he's done all series, just locking this side of the map down, and Atlanta does not have an answer right now. Got to do something here quickly.
Reckless using the Vaznev like it's an AR holding it from top circle right there. But he does pick up the tack and now uses it in an SMG fight. He finally gets the right gun in his hands. And he is able to find a lot of shots on the board. But Manitoba, they're holding down this time. Well, they got 30 seconds left up for grabs. But they're more focused on the kills right now because Atlanta Days is trying to find their way around this hill.
And this is a situation now if you're Atlanta. Like, do you start setting up for next? Now you got to watch this player number 5 who spawns in bottom art, and he's going to find 2. Couple just unfortunate situations here from Atlanta to start out. Is now, okay, you got a player over toward P4, set up for next. Try to get yourself back into this one because it has not been a good start again. Kind of seen that last time on that map 1 as well, but you finally have your rotation over. Let's see if they can lock in a good amount of time here.
I mean, this is a good spot for Atlanta. Like you said, they made a good rotation. They have a setup here, but Lazy and Reborn able to kind of bust that open real quick. The trophy gets killed, and now Krim, the only one alive. He does pick up 2, so now it's Lazy gonna be the main player. Ooh, Krim finds 3. He's on a 6 streak right now, really being that player for Atlanta Days, keeping them in this game here. And I mean, they're within, you know, 1 hill, the rest of this hill from being very close in this game, but they got to keep it going here. You got Krim in front along with Vance and Reverse trying to stay alive on this point, but Lazy picks up 2. He's 13-3 so far. He's playing great here.
I think just Krim's heroics there kind of get his team back into this game, right? Like, it was starting to get a little bit out of hand off the first few hills, but now you got a few points on this. The rotation over, but they don't account for action in the back of the map, and they're going to get broken very easily now. Where do these spawns coming from Atlanta? You're going to get spawns on all 4 quadrants of the map, essentially. Now have a, looks like they are going to be on this P2 side. I got to find a way to break in action, though, with a huge play for the Manitoba. And just like that, Manitoba continuing to add to their lead.
Yeah, they're in a great spot right here. You got action right where he wants to be with that Scar in hand. You got players challenge open. There's one. The damage was into the other one as well. There's one in that deep cruddy corner. The team nade comes in as well. But Atlanta Days starting to find the kills. And the best thing they can do right now is keep Manitoba off that time.
Yeah, got to get scrappy here. A lot of uncontested time going the way of Manitoba on too many hills. And they got to put the stop of that. Guapo with 3 in the feed. Does get taken down, but Vance finds his trade, and here you go. Not to mention, you could potentially get them in a mini spawn trap here if you're Atlanta. They're spawning on the P3 side. Now you are seeing player number 5 out toward mid. So Manitoba quickly regaining some map control. They're going to be on this P1 and maybe looking to already flip here for P2.
Yeah, and if you're Atlanta, you're 1 hill within a tie game here. You just need to have a really great P1. Reckless, though, making sure that does not happen. He's 17-12 right now, playing fantastic. Lazy with the AR, 18 kills to his name as well, except he only has 5 deaths. Manitoba doing a great job of holding the side of the map they want to hold, making sure they don't give up too much pressure. And another 4 streak for him. I mean, Manitoba Mallards are slaying like animals all across the board here. They're looking great, and now Atlanta find themselves in that deep spawn trap that, you know, that's the place you least want to be.
Just when it looks like Atlanta can get back into it, Manitoba back with another humongous hill, and you have the rotation for next. Atlanta needs some magic here, man. You need something to go your way. You need a couple big hills, maybe chain some hills together, but Manitoba at 158 at this point in time. You see Atlanta trying to break through this art area. Guapo does find one. He is going to get traded out immediately. Vance with a big kill, though, and that's going to be the break. Now looking for a second. Finds him as well. Got to look for this play on the backstairs of Vance with a big play for Atlanta. Possibly the opening now. Getting the kill on the closed. Got to account for Reckless in the back of the map when it comes to these backstairs. Do they get it? Vance, he is turned right now. Look at his POV. Doesn't get taken down. And now the missile comes in. Takes down 2 and a teammate. And again, just when Atlanta looks like they can get in and get back into it, Manitoba fights back.
Yeah, Guapo trying to fight for old, but you really need to fight for new here. Not sure if that streak was necessary. Now Atlanta Days, they're just playing for that scrap time, and all of Manitoba find themselves at that top circle hill. This is getting quite dangerous for them. Not sure you have another streak to work with, and you might have wanted it here, Tej. You're within 48 points, 46 now as the hill clock's over, but Manitoba are going to get a lot more than that here.
Yeah, I agree. I think that cruise you want to hang on to, get the rest of the scrap time, but now would be nice to have it to break here. They're going to try to flood the back of the map, though, but Manitoba doing a good job of shutting that down, and you're just looking at one more big hill from Manitoba. It really feels like it could put it away, and it could be right here, although Atlanta fighting through the front. Guapo takes out a teammate, but does find a kill, trying to stay alive. Nades come in, though. If you're Atlanta, I mean, you got to kind of keep this last 27 seconds mixy and try to take them off the time, which they are. But again, the rotation is huge. I just don't think they're going to have the map positioning for it. No, they actually are going to spawn on the left. So Manitoba will have the rotation over to P4.
Manitoba getting the rotations as usual. They're doing such a great job in this game of getting those rotations, and that's what you talked about, Tej. I mean, Atlanta, they had a tough go around with the rotations in the first hard point, and they're having those same troubles here. I mean, this is within 60 points, not anymore, but you could imagine that, one good rotation and Atlanta Dazed would be in a much better spot, but they do break things open. But for how long will they be able to hold it?
Krim, this was his hill last time around, looking to make it his hill again. And he is doing that just as I say that. 5 on a 5 streak doesn't get taken down. Reborn's going to come right in and take 3 out of his own. Vance last alive, got to stay alive for as long as you can. Reckless does take him down, though. And it just feels like Atlanta are so close to putting it all together. And Manitoba just fights back, and it is a gut punch every single time. Manitoba starting to creep closer to winning this game and winning this series. Potentially looking to lock the rest of this scrap time. Reverse has something to say about it, though, so he'll take out 2. Now looking for the rest of the scrap. He's taken down. We head over to P5. Manitoba Mallards. Pretty close here. I mean, 35 points away.
35 points to go. Atlanta Dazed is here, but not sure they're accounting for player 7. That's going to be Reckless. He gets those back spawns as well. Reborn picks up 2. Reckless picks up another. And now they're going to fight for this bottom maps control. And they're able to get it 33 and 20 with the SMG. Reckless doing what he does best. He finds one. He finds a second. Will he be able to find a third? His teammate finds it for him. Almost 20 seconds left to go, and Manitoba win this game. Atlanta Dazed, they're backs against the wall now for sure.
Yeah, carbon copy of that first P5. They just did not account for that spawn in the P3. And twice in a row, it just gets broken. Reckless drops in the cruise missile and just fighting on this P5, trying to make it interesting. Manitoba can no longer win on this hill, so we are going to go to a P1, but you're seeing Atlanta spawning in the back corner of that map over to P3. I mean, they just feel like they do not have a chance to even get over to P1. Manitoba just seconds away. You see the P1 setup. Atlanta has to find a way to fight out. They are going to get a fortunate spawn, though, in the back. Can they get the kill? No, it's red by action. And that should do it. Manitoba Mallards win the hard point and win the series 3-1.
3-1. They take it home. They looked fantastic in the respawns. The map 3 was it really could have gone either way. They clutch up in the map 3, and the momentum sticks for the map 4. Manitoba shows us why.